guys, Heavy Metal 95 here. Today's movie review, we get to cover another Bud Spencer movie for today's movie review. In case if y'all don't know, last time we already covered They Call Him Bulldozer on my previous movie review. We're going to be taking a look at the 1982 Italian comedy film, Bomber. This movie stars Bud Spencer, and this movie also stars Jerry Calà in that film. So let's begin with the movie review because this is Bomber. This movie starts with Bud Graziano, aka Bomber, an old boxing glory who now works as a sailor on an old worn-out boat as the captain, his boat destined for demolition. So as he finds himself without a job, without a roof over his head, so Bud meets Jerry on his way, the young owner of a gym frequently by colorful characters who practice boxing with the poor results, saving him from the shady figures who wants to beat him, and thus revealing his nature as a boxer thanks to the help of his sister Susanna, who is a cook and an owner of a restaurant on the beach in front of the gym, and with the office of room and board, as Jerry convinces Bud to find a boxer for an upcoming match against an athlete from Roscoe Dunn's gym, an American sergeant dedicated to 1,000 shady deals, who wins 3 though the deception and instills fear in these who challenge him. So during a fight in a club, Bud has notices Giorgio Deserti, who is also known as Giorgione, a Neapolitan boy who lives by his wits and is foreign to spot with a winning right foot after a chase. The two convince him to practice, and Giorgione, despite referencing blatantly against him, defeats the American athlete Sam Newman. Following their defeat, Roscoe's henchman sets fire to Jerry's gym. Bomber then decides to challenge the American sergeant in a fun clandestine tug-of-war competition, winning as the money acquired. The boys reopen the Fortianci gym. As subsequently, however, Roscoe Dunn manages to bribe Giorgione, telling him a false version of the boxing match between him and Bud Graziano, but fatality, his henchman fractured Bud's hand the day before the match. As Giorgione voluntarily misses a meeting with a certain Attilio Giacovoni, known as, you guessed it, Tritolo, and thus himself under the crope, his partner, Bud has take revenge by trashing Crope's plays and manages to bring Giorgione back on the right path. As Deserti challenges Dunn to a boxing match, so Bud Graziano can get his revenge. After hard training on the evening of the match, Dunn's henchman broke Giorgione's right hand, repeating what happened years earlier with Bomber before he faced the sergeant during the match. Despite the serious injury, Giorgione managed to remain standing at the end of the first round. Bomber then, after removing the glove from Giorgione's hand, discovers the scam and sending the referee out of the ring with a shove, faces Roscoe Dunn with his bare fists with his hands in a perfect condition, supported by entire sports hall. So Bud Graziano Pepper's done with blows and defeats him clearly, finally sending him out of the ring from the top rope with a nice right hand, so as Bomber then thus obtains the deserved revenge, and with his hands wide open as he receives the most of the ways of his how acclamation of the public, and most of all his friends. So that's the story in the movie Bomber is all about, because this is how he wanted to come by for. Because to me, about the film like Bomber, this movie felt like it's a prequel to They Call Him Bulldozer, even though this movie's a lot more different than They Call Him Bulldozer, because both of the characters, like Bud Graziano, and is more different to the similar character, or Bulldozer, from one of Bud Spencer's previous films in the 70s, which was They Call Him Bulldozer. The only difference is that it looks more different from apart. Well, as for the whole difference is that for They Call Him Bulldozer, it's just about football. But for the movie like Bomber, it's about boxing. Because, characters that Bud Spencer played retired from the sports match and all, and wants to retire his life as a sailor on the deck. Like, in its own little similarities kind of thing, though, for how I wanted to come by for this as well. The story is well done. The characters, well, most of the characters on here, because we got a whole slew of characters. Some of them can be like, that are characters like from the restaurant, as well as those at a bar, as well as at the gym, as well as the boxing match practice as well, because this is how I've come across something new for a film like They Call Him Bulldozer, because similar thing like for a film like Bomber, although this is how it's getting very good for this movie like this as well. The music, I love the music. I mean, the main song that you hear at the beginning of the film Bomber, it's the song Fantasy by Oliver Onions, also known as Guido and Maurizio De Angelis. The De Angelis brothers. They're an Italian pop music group from Italy as well, because they are known for their Italian theme songs that were used for like film and television, especially certain cartoons, as well as Italian dubs transmission into like when they do the Italian theme songs in like anime as well. Let's say, for example, the song Fantasy that you hear in the movie Bomber with Bud Spencer and Jerry Calà. This song is basically adapted from the song Galaxy, which opens the Italian theme song for the Italian dub of Galaxy Express 999 anime series, which is for the Italian dub. But the song Fantasy is performed in English in that one, because it sounds a lot more different, because I just wanted to come by to discover the music of Oliver Onions, also known as Guido and Maurizio De Angelis. The De Angelis brothers, by the way, because this is something you hear from an Italian film as well, because especially if you ever love watching Italian cinema in the 80s, especially if you're ever as a film buff, you'll probably know this movie, because for this is how I wanted to come by for that. However, overall, so this movie's very good. This movie felt like if it was a follow-up to They Call Him Bulldozer, because this is how I wanted to come by for the film like Bomber, which is however, it was released also known in Germany as Der Bomber overseas, when it was first released in Italy as well during the 1980s, because, however, this is directed by Michele Lupo, who's an Italian director who worked on They Call Him Bulldozer, as well as Sheriff and the Satellite Kid. Everything Happens to Me, which is Chissà perché capitano tutti e me, grandissimi film de Bud Spencer. Of course, I can understand Italian though, because, and also I think Michele Lupo also worked on Banana Joe, which I haven't reviewed that yet, but I'll probably review that someday at one point as well. So, because that's for the overall. So my thoughts for this film, like, they call Bomber. Well, to be honest with you though, because I wanted to come by for if you ever loved Italian cinema, because this something challenges me as a person who ever enjoyed film and cinema in general, because for the film like They Call Him Bulldozer follow-up movie like Bomber, because to me Bomber is particularly very good though, although this has filmed in Italy, like some of it like Livorno, Italy, as well as like Marina di Pisa, and even like the part at the rest, like when Bud Spencer character that he played in the film, when he was eating the pasta, the tagliolini pasta with cuttlefish. However, in the Italian version is tagliolini con cepettine. Yeah, because I can understand, because I think that was filmed at the restaurant on the beach called Moby Dick Ristorante, which is a restaurant on the beach in Livorno, Italy, by the way. Because if you ever want... Oh yeah, it's in Marina di Pisa. Yeah, it's Moby Dick Ristorante, which is an Italian seafood restaurant in Italy, which is probably in Marina di Pisa, because it's where they filmed the tagliolini with cuttlefish scene in the film Bomber with Bud Spencer and Jerry Calà, because this is how you wanted to come by. If you ever loved Italian cinema, like the film, like, you'll probably want to, if you have never seen this film, you're definitely missing out on this film, because although I have seen the film on YouTube back in 2020 when it was in English, oh my god, that movie changed my life, because this is how you wanted to come by for, if you ever love watching Italian cinema, as a person who ever, if you're either a film buff, or if you or a person, an open-minded person who loves film and cinema in general, because I love film and cinema, because what makes me how I wanted to discover film and cinema in general, I would say probably for the Italian cinema, because although the film Bomber has sold about 1.8 million tickets sold, because the movie was the grossing movie in Hungary in 1985, and it was the third biggest hit, which is right after Bud Spencer's previous film like Buddy Goes West as well, which ironically that movie sold about more than 1.57 million tickets in the same year, when that movie made a hit in the box office in Hungary as well, because especially for the film like They Call Him Bulldozer, well, or follow-up film like probably, I'm guessing it's the film Bomber, because this is how you wanted to come by. I mean, although this movie did got a Region 1 release in the U.S., because, but then again, just consider how this movie is a long way from Rocky Balboa movies, But this film, like Bomber with Bud Spencer and Jerry Calà, this movie felt like it's a follow-up to They Call Him Bulldozer. But this is a lot more different if it was an intended... Well, because this movie felt like a prequel to They Call Him Bulldozer. Because I just wanted to come by for this. Some of the filming locations for the film, like Bomber with Bud Spencer and Jerry Calà, some of it was filmed in Tuscany, Italy. There's some in, like, for example, Marina di Pisa in Tuscany in Italy. Especially the restaurant scene. Ristorante Toto. I think that was probably by the beach in the film Bomber. I thought it was Moby Dick Ristorante or something. But it's actually Ristorante Toto. Some of it was filmed in Livorno, Italy, where they originally filmed They Call Him Bulldozer back in the 1970s as well. However, this is the only Bud Spencer film that features Jerry Calà in that film. If this movie will ever get a Blu-ray release, I'm pretty sure either Mill Creek Entertainment or Kino Lorber Studios could get a hold of it for a Blu-ray release in the United States of America soon, because I know that it was released in Europe on those Italian home video releases on VHS, DVD, and Blu-ray, though. And this is very interesting because there's a lot of Italian films like Bud Spencer and Terence Hill movies out there, that's why. However, this movie has its moments, but overall, this is one of my favorite Bud Spencer movies from the 80s, that's why. And my score for this movie? I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10 because this is one of my favorite films, part of Italian cinema, that's why. So that's going to be it for my movie review on the Bud Spencer film Bomber for today's movie review. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel, especially if you're new to the channel. Hit the notifications bell button so you miss anything new if you like as well. And also smack the like button if you enjoyed the video as well. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, right in the comment section below if you like as well. And that's all I have got for today because... Well, looking back, though, because I have wanted to look back, where I wanted to take a look back where I did my previous Bud Spencer movie review on the film Bomber, They Call Him Bulldozer last year, which was on Thanksgiving. That all has got to me as well. But Bomber, the 1982 film, that stars Jerry Calà, definitely takes the cake, though. So this is Heavy Metal 95 saying thank you for watching my video, and I'm glad you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you soon for the next video. Be sure to stay safe and stay healthy, and hope you all have a great day, and hope you have a great weekend. This is Heavy Metal 95 signing off, and thank you for watching my video, and I'll see you soon for more videos that I got in plan for what's in store for more here. Take care. Be sure to stay tuned for more surprises that are coming on the way as well. Goodbye for now. Take care.